So can I or can't I have a cup of coffee on my carnivore diet? That is the big issue for so many people. In fact, I think it is probably the most asked question concerning the carnivore diet. If you are a coffee lover and you are interested in the carnivore diet, then this video is particularly for you. I am Larry, the carnivore pensioner. This channel is all about inspiring people over the age of 50 to really thrive living the carnivore diet and lifestyle. Right up front, I've got to give you a disclaimer alert. And that is that right before I started the carnivore diet, I invested in this little machine here that cost me about $800 Australian money. It is a coffee making machine, and so I guess you could say I have a financially vested interest in that I spent that money right before I started carnivore. So let's get that out of the way before we start. The carnivore diet is all about simplicity. We eat animal-based products. You've got to think of things like meat, fish, and eggs, and some people might go further and add a little bit of dairy, but that's basically, in a nutshell, the carnivore diet. Now, coffee, technically speaking, is a plant and not an animal-based product, and therefore some people who are really strict carnivores would look at that and say it's plant-based, therefore it does not belong on a carnivore diet. That's a fairly hardline approach, if you like. But here's the thing, many people on the carnivore diet still enjoy a daily cup of coffee. They would excuse it by saying, well, it's getting very pedantic to call the tiny bit of coffee we have a day a plant. And it's not really going to do you any harm at all. In fact, it may even do you some good. So if you like coffee, then go ahead and include it on your carnivore diet. Many of these people will add things like butter or cream, thinking that by doing so they're bringing it closer to the carnivore guidelines. So where do we go with all of this, and how do we make a decision? I decided the best thing to do might be to see if I could find out what the carnivore heavyweights were saying about drinking coffee on the carnivore diet. I'm thinking of people like Dr. Shawn Baker, Dr. Ken Berry, Dr. Anthony Chaffee, three of the big name doctors in the carnivore movement. So I did a little bit of hunting around to see if I could find out what each of these doctors said about drinking coffee on carnivore. This is what I found out. Let's take this guy first, Dr. Shawn Baker. Often called the Carnivore King, he is the one who wrote the book, The Carnivore Diet. Shawn Baker said this: coffee can help with exercise performance. He is an athlete himself. It may help with brain function. It can increase metabolism. He did bring a couple of warnings. He said that coffee also contains lectins and phytates, and people with particular conditions might have to be aware of that. And he also made the comment that coffee can interfere with sleep, and that's a pretty well-known fact anyway. But Dr. Baker sums it up like this: leave it in for maybe 3 months and then decide if you want to take it out. So leave coffee in your carnivore diet for 3 months, and then you can make an informed decision about whether or not you want to take it out after a trial period of including it. That's Dr. Shawn Baker. But let's go now to Dr. Chaffee. Dr. Chaffee says coffee is not great. It's addictive and habitual. He warns that using artificial sweeteners in coffee make it impossible to seriously lose weight. And then he adds, if you're looking for optimal health, then eliminate everything other than animal-based products. Then he concludes, you will feel much better when you don't have it at all. There we go. That's Dr. Chaffee. A disclaimer there, I guess, on Dr. Chaffee is that he himself does not drink coffee and actually has never drunk coffee his entire life, doesn't like it and doesn't want it. So that might influence his thinking just a little bit. I'm not sure about that. But we have one more doctor to look at, and that is the infamous cowboy, as I call him, Dr. Ken Berry. Dr. Berry says coffee can increase energy and alertness. It can help with short and long-term memory. It can make entering ketosis easier. It can decrease the risk of diabetes. Coffee contains magnesium and vitamin B2, B3 and B5, and it contains more antioxidants than fruit and vegetables. And Dr. Berry concludes it is perfectly okay to drink up to 3 cups of coffee a day. So there you go, folks. There's the 3 doctors, and you know, not even the 3 doctors can come to any sort of agreement on whether we should include coffee or not. So here's the bottom line that I think about coffee on Carnivore. Everybody reacts differently to different foods. No 2 bodies are the same. Maybe thank God for that. Some would argue that cutting out coffee has benefited their health. And you hear many stories of people who have made the decision to cut out coffee altogether and they feel so much better after doing so. But other people argue that they have included coffee on Carnivore, they're still losing weight, they're still getting all the benefits and they still feel great. So it all depends on you. It's ultimately your journey. It's ultimately your decision. And so you are the one who has to decide whether or not you will include coffee. But whatever you do, if you try it or if you take it out, listen to your body. Your body will tell you what it likes and what it doesn't like, what is helping and what is not helping. So listen to your body and get insight. Test it. Try a period without coffee or try a period with coffee and take notes on how you feel. But it's your journey, your story and your decision. Well, friends, as always, I wanted to say thank you for watching. It's a great honor to have your support on this channel. Please like and subscribe. And also, I wanted to invite you to become part of our Facebook community and join our Facebook group. The link for that is in the description below and also at the top of our channel page. Well, folks, with all that said, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to enjoy a cup of coffee. Look, if you are on Carnivore and are worried about the fact that you're not losing weight, then this video is for you. I will see you on the next video, and until then, keep telling your story.